Alrighty, well, wonderful Monday, everybody out there in the Twitchverse, in the YouTubeverse. We are back with some more modern content after a wonderful weekend. We're going to be playing Temur Uroza. Yeah, so this is a deck I've played before in a couple of different iterations. My own personal version enjoys using red and 6. So I don't particularly care for this card, Gilded Goose, but enough people have put up some successful results with this recently that I wanted to give it a whirl as it is in its most successful configuration. So what the core of this deck is a blue-green mid-range deck that's using both the threats of Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, which is just an exceptional mid-range threat, as well as Urza, Lord High Artificer. But we are not playing the Thopter Sword Infinite combo, but rather we surrounded this with the powerful mid-game engine, mid-game, late-game engine of Mystic Sanctuary. So we've got 2 copies of that, many fetch lands, I believe 11 fetch lands to be able to get to our Mystic Sanctuary. And then we've got the most powerful card to play with that, Cryptic Command. So in the counter bounce mode, so counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand, we counter their spell, we bounce our own Mystic Sanctuary, we play the Mystic Sanctuary next turn, put the Cryptic Command back on top, and then use an effect like Aether Spellbomb or Mishra's Bauble to redraw the Cryptic, and so we have infinite Cryptics in that way. Now, these decks have been blue-green for the last little while, and we're quite successful at that, but recently incorporating copies of Galvanic Blast, like I was doing in my Temur Urza deck, has apparently been quite successful. So not entirely sure what metagame forces are the culprits for that. Hopefully we see as we're going along here, but it's definitely something that I thought was important because things like Teferi, Time Raveler, and opposing Urzas and all sorts of different things could get in your way. We're also playing Metallic Rebuke here for a cheap, quick counterspell. Again, we are playing Gilded Goose. This is an honorary artifact and creates more artifacts. It's very powerful with Urza. And then we've got 4 copies of Emry, Lurker of the Loch. So we need our Gilded Geese plus our Spellbombs, Astrolabes, Baubles, and Executor Explosives to get Emry out quickly. And then she becomes this powerful card advantage engine that just kind of hangs out. On top of all that, we've got a wonderful sideboard here that's just nice and tightly constructed, other than this one of Dismember. But otherwise, we got Mystical Dispute for blue decks. We got Aether Gust for Titans and other red and green threats. Ceremonious Rejection, throw that in against the E-Trons and the Greentrons of the world. Tormod's Crypt, hate some graveyards, plus it's recurable with Emry. We've got Veil of Summer to fight against some black discard. We've got Tireless Tracker to grind out through some mid-games. Ashiok Dreamrender, of course, just fantastic in a bunch of different situations. So let's go ahead and take this into a modern league, see how we go. See if we can make some nice tight play here. And make some good sideboarding decisions, some good mulligan decisions. For anyone who's a fan of this channel and didn't see it, today I put up the first episode of MTG Kitchen in like 18 months or something like that. It's a video segment where I do some cooking. There's usually a recipe linked on there, and it's a good time. And then there's usually a deck tech in there somewhere, and I Alright, here against Nuclear Atom. So this is a kind of weak hand. We have no big business spells, but we've got good mana and 2 Astrolabes, so I'm inclined to keep this. Fire off a turn 1 Gilded Goose into turn 2 like double Astrolabe. I think that's where I want to be. Though drawing Emry is better than anything else we could be doing, so I'm actually going to change that up. We're going to fire off the Astrolabe. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we're going to fetch Breeding Pool here. Any Arbor Elf deck is going to be powerful, trying to do powerful things on turn 2 and 3, so having this Metallic Rebuke up this turn is really important. If I tap my Astrolabe for a color here, I won't be able to use it for this Metallic Rebuke that we drew. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I have a Galvanic Blast in my hand. I'm going to go ahead and kill this Arbor Elf. So, getting that Arbor Elf off the table is a huge, huge deal for the reasons that I described. That my opponent is going to be trying to do something very powerful here on turn 2 or 3. Okay, so don't want to EE on 1 here. Definitely need to see if I can hit another land drop. That's not another land drop, so I can't. Yeah, if I play the goose here, I'll still be able to cast Metallic Rebuke, so that's the place I'm at. So Metallic Rebuke has the improvise keyword. It's not currently displaying the reminder text on that, but basically it's convoke for artifacts, so I can use the other artifacts I have to change the cost. So sack of food, make a blue, Metallic Rebuke, tap Astrolabe, and pay 1 here. Skadoosh. Game day, bucket go, boom! So really hoping to draw some more powerful spells here. That's not really one at all. Aether Spellbomb. Can make a food here if I don't need to do anything else, so we're gonna, I guess, sit on that. Blood Moon? Blood Moon's fine. Just need to fetch beforehand. So it's going to turn our Mystic Sanctuaries off, which is like not the greatest thing. Although I could EE that next turn, so. Yes, I have green mana. Make a food. And Urza. Okay, mountain, huh? Alright, sure. Let's draw a card. Mountain, eh? It's not really what I want to see here. So, guess we're going to sit and make food for a minute. Makes sense. I post my MTG Kitchen video to... Wow. Okay, so this means my opponent is going to have a Platinum Empyrean in play. So they reveal cards from the top of their library until they reveal an artifact and flip it into play. Platinum Empyrean says your life total can't change, so it's in play, which means they can't take the damage that Madcap Experiment wanted to deal to them. So, okay, Uro's going to start digging us out of here, so let's go Mountain, Green, Blue, 1, play Uro. Urza, okay. So that'll start doing some work for us next turn. I don't really want to play Urza by cracking a bunch of food. That seems less than great. But if I use 1 food, I can play EE on 3 to get rid of the Blood Moon next turn, which that does seem worthwhile because it's just going to give me much more access to colors. So I'm going to pass the turn here. Not super worried about Platinum Empyrean killing me very quickly, and it looks like the deck they're playing is a scotch different than the thick Gruul deck that I was playing on the weekend and last week. When it's playing things like Madcap, Platinum Empyrean, I'm just not... Oh wow, second one, huh? It's pretty good. Sure. 3-drop into my EE on 3, you say. Very well. Okay. Let's play Astrolabe. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 construct. Need a blue off of one of my other lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7. EE on 0 makes it an 8/8. Or on 1. I definitely don't want to play it on 1. I also don't want to play it on 0. Oh, but Urza plus Astrolabe means I can actually activate foods right now. So let's make it a 9/9 and see if they kind of misplay into it. So what can happen here is if they attack, we're going to block with the Construct, block with Urza, maybe chump block with a Gilded Goose, and then we're going to make some food by using my Astrolabes to filter mana off of my Urza. They've stopped in their upkeep. What up, Doge? What is going on? Yeah, okay. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Opponent still stopped during their upkeep. We are down by 2 minutes, as usual. Whenever I stream, I tend to chat a lot and get myself behind. Okay, so probably in okay shape here. The nice thing about holding on to this EE, since it's not really affecting us yet, we can pop it probably during my next turn if we need to. But one of the interesting things about, actually, we might want to pop it during my upkeep, and then we can fetch, get the second Mystic Sanctuary, reset one of the cards in my graveyard. I don't actually want to reset any of these. If I had a Cryptic, I would, but anyway. So the EE on 3, that we can Cryptic. We're gonna die probably. In this game, I don't think so. In real life, outlook unclear. What up, Alex? Hopefully you're having a good, non-infected time. Go check out my new episode of MTG Kitchen. It's ridiculous. You were there for the filming, so you were there for part of the filming. If you haven't done it already, follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then you will get up-to-the-minute updates on my really stupid crap that I'm doing. You were there when I did it, man. Did we make it? Okay, we made it. We're now in the main phase. They now have the card in hand that will destroy me. Okay, combat is happening. They appear to have played into my hands. So, shot block that, block there. Okay. There we go. Tap, add green, tap, there. Use this, create a food token. And then we go to combat, chomp. Okay, end step, I'll do the same thing. So add a green, use Urza, tap the EE, tap a food, make a food token. We got 10/10 construct, and then do I want to pop the EE that's on 3, and now I can shrink my construct by 1? I think so. It's a lot more upside for me to doing that. Another copy of Urza. Okay, cool. So we're just going to attack with these folks. Just get in there with a little smorky smack. I'm going to play my new copy of Urza. Lord High Artificer. Keep it on tap 1. He's new and fresh and sexy, just like I like. Just like I like with my Urza. All right, and then we're gonna spin to win. Alrighty, hold on to your seats. Spin to win. Emry. Oh, yes, please. Opponent scoops. They've had enough. That's fair. Make sure to tap for Blurple. You got it. Cast EE for 8. I believe with all the uncolors in, you can tap for 8. Because there's what is it? Hazel. There's pink, and there's gray. I think, because they're eye colors. So I think you could do that. Okay, we want Dismember. We want Aether Gust. We want that Tireless Tracker? Do I want Tireless Tracker against green red? Probably not. Probably. Okay, Galvanic Blast is definitely good. Aether Spellbomb is probably fine. But what the hell do I board out? So the Metallic Rebuke seemed really good in that game. So one of the problems I have with this deck is like, what the hell do you board out? I guess, okay, so I can take out like one Goose because they're not super aggressive, but I want to be careful about how much I lower my artifact count if I'm going to keep my Emrys in, although we can cut one Emry, one Cryptic, one Charm, maybe one Rebuke, because we're bringing in more interaction in the form of Aether Gust and Dismember and 2 Tireless Trackers. I think this is fine. This is what I'm going to go with. All right, so shipping this awful hand, got it. Keeping this completely mediocre but somewhat reasonable hand, got it. I'm gonna bottom the Mystic Sanctuary. We don't want to have those in our opening hands. This is again very light on action, but okay. Think we're jamming Snow-Covered Forest EE on 1. So if they have another accelerant or whatnot, this could be really good here. So the flip side of that argument is if they turn to Stone Rain or such. Okay, that's okay. I don't. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so that's a good play against us. So hopefully we pick up a Galvanic Blast reasonably soon. So we can Goose this turn, and then next turn Tireless Tracker, double Clue, and then we won't be able to crack those clues. So that's great. Collector Oof. Like, so we've boarded in the maximum amount of interaction for things like this. We just didn't draw them. Just seem to be kind of going off here in terms of the kind of draws that their deck can have, which is fine. Cindervines. Yeah, dog. Get it. Pyromancer. Yeah, dog. Get it. Good. Goodness gracious, they've gone very wide very quickly, which is potentially a problem for us. Pyromancer didn't put any tokens into play, so that's like a small miracle. Here's my tracker. Here's my clue. Oh my god, opponent, get a clue. Alright. I don't think that there's any reason to do this proactively, but I don't think there's any reason not to. I guess I could like bluff that I have something up here, but I don't, so I'm not gonna. They kind of can't swing with Collector Oof unless they have a backup one, I guess. It's a pretty valuable part of their strategy against us. I don't think they can just throw it. So Pyromancer alone attacking is not too bad. I'll take your 2, opponent. pretty sure that their Gruul deck has been skipping leg day, although Klothys hasn't. Look at her thighs. Merc Rosewater said that's a dude today. Said he. I'm pretty sure Klothys is a chick, because that is a heckin' thicker dude. Thick. Okay. Astrolabium. Triggers. Ow. And Galvanic Blast. Gilded Goose. Well, that's something. Delta, sure. Trigger. I love that because I can't crack my clues, for some reason Magic Online decides to spread them out like this. It's like, you can't activate them, so here they all are. Look at all these things you can't activate. Obstinate Baloth, sure. That's not even that good against us particularly, but it's good against people who play discard, which we don't. Okay, I think I'm throwing this goose in front of Klothys. I'm gonna go a little lower here, get an island. So this is island number 3. Use my goose to make a food that I can't activate. I can't use my Astrolabe to filter mana. Got it. I knew that. So, at 11 with my opponent with 2 4-power monsters in play. So, Galvanic Blast. Polluted Delta. That's just like a Galvanic Blast. It's almost exactly the same deck. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to 5 here. And then the spell I want to draw is going to put me to 4, and they have Cindervines to put me to 2. Oh wait, there's a Gilded Goose in my graveyard, so I'm essentially at 0. Although if I draw the Galvanic Blast, then I get to kill the Oof, and I have some food to crack, although not that much. Okay, so we're chumping again. This time I can make a food. Really want to draw Urza into Galvanic Blast somehow. Not exactly sure how that works, but I mean step 1, I guess. But this, yeah. Okay, so trigger, Enormous Construct. In theory, we have to remember that we're at essentially 2. No, not 2. We're at 1 because of the Cindervine, so I can't play anything. We're just dead. Opponent came out swinging. We had a mediocre roll to 6 with no interaction, and we died. Go figure. So let's hit this game 3. Is there anything I want to change after that? I think Archmage's Charm seems pretty mediocre. Metallic Rebuke is probably better or just as good in almost every circumstance. Unless I get to the point of needing Cryptic. And then is there any way I can bring interaction back in? Or more interaction? No, I brought it all in, so I just need to draw it better. I guess Metallic Rebuke comes down much earlier. Like, I would have been able to rebuke their Oof there. So, let's just be more lucky. Let's do it. Let's get them. Would I like to play first? Yes, please. Thank you, Moto. Would I like to draw the best hand we've drawn so far? Yes, please. Thank you, Moto. So we'll keep this, get Breeding Pool, get my goose into play, and just crack it, snap it, blast it off. We got this one. Probably. Maybe probably. Probably not. Maybe probably not. But probably. Alright. Good luck, Godspeed, opponent. Good luck, Godspeed. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Alright. I'd say I'm hyper because of the coffee, but I drink a lot of coffee and I never really get hyper from it. I think I'm just excited to have shaved and this sick playoff beard going. You got it, opponent. You just do your thing over there. We're fine over here. Nice lightning bolts. Alright. Do I want to leave up Rebuke and then next turn go Emry, Rebuke / Gust? Am I afraid of 2 mana on their side? Yes, I am. So let's just pass here. So it just guarantees they're not really going to do much this turn. It gives me the maximum amount of protection for my Emry, which is generally a good idea. Emry is just one of the best cards in this deck. So having to shock so much kind of sucks, but we've drawn some food, so we're going to be okay. Flipping no powerful artifact here kind of sucks. And that kind of sucks. Get out of here, nerd. So it's a little bit dangerous to do this. But if I cracked EE to bounce Emry there, would have been almost just as dangerous because we wouldn't be able to use the Metallic Rebuke anyway. So it keeps Emry in play, gives me the sort of highest possible upside. They sprawled their tap land. Okay. So sack Aether Spellbomb here, draw a card. Use the mana before we hit this turn. Gonna play my Spellbomb. 3 islands in play, so let's Mystic Sanctuary and put the Cryptic on top for next turn. Yes. And then I can set EE on 1 and still have the Aether Gust up, but EE on 1 only kills my Aether Spellbomb, so that's okay. So if we have to Aether Gust on their turn, we won't be able to cycle the Spellbomb, but pretty worth. Okay, so we get to see what is going to flip. So Oof is obviously a lot worse than Bloodbraid, so we're going to make them put that on top, or they put it on top, of course. Oh yes, of course, of course. Okay, so we're going to take 3 here. I've got a food, so I'm not particularly concerned about it. I'm going to draw Cryptic Command, which is just super. I have nothing to pull out with Emry for value here, though. That kind of sucks. But them's the breaks. So, pass the turn here. Okay. Pretty comfortable to go to 8. They've already bolted once, twice? Twice. They've already played 2 lightning bolts, so. Four mana. I'm just going to bail out. So we're going to go counter target spell, draw a card. I could start looping my Mystic Sanctuary here, but I need more gas right now. Hopefully I don't have Veil of Summer. Okay, they got the extra land to fire off the Oof here, which obviously really sucks, but that's where we're at. That's exactly what I wanted to draw. Skidoosh. Okay, so I can cycle this. Fail to find more gas. Play a land. Play the Spellbomb. So going lower than 8 is not my favorite thing, but bouncing Bloodbraid Elf also seems pretty bad. I think I have to do it. Can I go to 5? Yeah, I can because I have this food. Feel not good about it, but I get multiple redraws, so should hit something eventually. Goose. Goose is great. I don't actually like that card much, but right here, right now, it's going to do just what it needs to do. Oops. Honk honk. And then let's crack this food nice and early. So we've kind of got a little equilibrium going here. Kind of some kind of parity here. Happy to go to 5 here again. I don't love it, but I'm getting whacked. What do you need me to do here? Whack a guy, off a guy, whack off a guy? Because I'm married. Let's see if I draw something relevant. Metallic Rebuke, obviously awful here. Misty Rainforest is going to be too slow, and now I can't crack this food, so I kind of misplayed. Okay, that's a... Oh, I could have reset the Cryptic and then done the thing there. Yeah, moved too quickly. Okay, so... Crap? I'm going to go with crap. Yeah. Definitely in a bit of trouble. But we could draw what we need here. Still got one more draw step. So blocking with Goose. Blocking with Emry. Yeah. Haven't hit an Uroza this game also. That would have been great at any point. We've got lots of mana to use it. Oh, I can reset Cryptic this turn, so sort of gives me some good... Please be another creature threat. Not that one. Oh boy. Man, that sucks. Good draws, opponent. I feel like they're packing a much more selective, narrow sideboard than what I was playing on the weekend. They've played a lot of cards that line up real well. Please play something that costs at least 2, so I can get some value out of this Metallic Rebuke. No, you don't want to. Okay, sure. I suppose that is a legitimate strategy. Hey look, a Cryptic Command! Hooray! It is one of my favorite Magic cards of all time, but it is maybe not going to be good enough here. So, I'm going to take 2. If they have the last bolt, we're done anyway. Yeah. I got to tap their creatures and draw a card. I can't afford to bounce the oof to free up my food. So just gotta peel something that isn't that. They can resolve whatever they want here, basically. Metallic Rebuke hit its shelf life. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have more Archmage's terms. Arbor Elf shirt. Nice pips. All right. Interaction. Go. Yeah, cool. Okay. Still got game 3 here? No, we lost 2. Shoot. All right. All good. So lost on pretty narrow margins. Opponent drawing some really, really haymaker sideboard cards. We drew 0 copies of Urza and no Uro in that last game. So just kind of crapped out for a while. My opponent was drawing fire. That's how it goes. Oh yeah, game 2 was the Tireless Tracker can't do anything against Collector Oof. We couldn't draw any Metallic Rebukes. That game was a lot better. We drew 2 Metallic Rebukes against Collector Oofs, but... Oh wait, this is a pretty okay hand for what this deck wants to do, so let's go. Got turn 1, Astrolabe, Bauble. Turn 2, tap land, Metallic Rebuke. Could fire off the Bauble, but if I draw a turn 2 Emry, I'd like her to cost 1. Okay. Trigger. Okay. Gonna pass without playing the Bauble. I don't think there's a lot of punish, a lot of ways we lose out by playing a turn 2 Bauble here. I don't need the card yet, so. Thoughtseize or Inquisition? Street Wraith. Yeah, there could still be a Thoughtseize or Inquisition here. Bauble. Okay, so some variety of Death Shadow. Should be a pretty good matchup for us if targeted me. Okay. Oh, nice. You got it, Mike Devo. Nice match. Nice match. Okay. So we lost our Uro, but that's like no problem. We lost our hidden information on Metallic Rebuke, which is a lot more painful, but them's the breaks, baby. Think I want to hold as many fetches as possible here, although that didn't necessarily mean I needed to do that. And hold on, I can still play this Bauble this turn. Yeah, it seemed like your build, Mike, had a lot better sideboard against the Urza decks than the one I played on the weekend. Unless you were just like super lucky with drawing like the one of Collector Oof and the one of Clothis, which obviously in game 2 you had more than one Oof. So there's a good chance there's a stub here for this Metallic Rebuke because they knew I had this before. Yeah. So, but I don't think we don't play it just because of that. It is a shame I decided to play this Astrolabe, but then I wouldn't have the Urza, so. Shadow's only a 3/3. We haven't seen more colors from them yet, although they're almost definitely playing Grixis, so. There should be some Temur Battle Rages in my future, so we can go tapped Steam Vents into Goose here, pass the turn. Theoretically, I can chump block if I feel like I need to. I've only got 3 cards in my graveyard, so if I sack my food, they won't be able to drown my Urza, and then I could use the fetch afterwards to reset my Metallic Rebuke. I'll take 6. Somehow this is going to be lethal. This is going to be like, bolt myself, dismember your goose, crack you for a million. Second shadow, sure. So we need to hit a Cryptic ASAP. I mean, that's not awful. Okay. Am I still worried about drowning Loch? Yeah. So play Tarn. Man, if they tapping my Goose sucks too, because then I lose out on my ability to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna do it, but and then I'll be able to play Emry and then reset what I get with Emry for with the Mystic Sanctuary. So I wonder if they have a drown here and if they use it. No, because now they can drown my Urza, which is fair. Wow, that's a terrible flip from the perspective of flipping not so many useful artifacts. Actually, it's not that bad. It's got a Bauble. It's got a lot of stuff for me to delve for my Uro. Thought Scour themselves, sure. Wonder if they didn't have the Drown Loch there. Maybe they were looking for enough stuff to make these shadows lethal. Thoughtseize. It's actually pretty good for them here. I think if they attack, I'm going to block with Emry and the and the Construct. I think dying here would be bad, to make the obvious comment, but we can escape Uro next turn, so and that puts me in a considerably better place. I don't think there's a lot of crap. Okay. So I think I'm just chump blocking with Emry. Hopefully I don't die. Bolt self dismember. Win the game? Nope. Sick. Do I really want to reset any of these cards? I can reset Galvanic Blast. Oh. I think I could have won the game if I... Wait, no, I think I still can? I think I can double blast them out of this game. I can't... I don't currently have enough artifact count for it, but... Oh, and Cryptic is pretty okay as long as they don't have a stub in their hand. Let's get the Galvanic Blast. Draw that. Go green, blue, blue, green, play Uro. Delve out land, Emry, Urza, Emry, and Metallic Rebuke. Sure. Let's gain some life. Wow. So if I had 3 artifacts, it would have been, I think, possible to go Galvanic Blast and then bring back Uro and then blast again. It would have been kind of close. I don't think we'd actually get there. That's a pretty good draw. Play that. Okay. So I have blast, chump block, blast on my turn. And I can make the food first, can I? Make the food. No, I can't do it all. Thoughtseize are in position. Okay, so this just forces me to do this now. Which is kind of okay. They put themselves lower here. Okay, so 1, 2. No, my colors don't work out. I think there just wasn't a way to make it happen here. I guess the possibility is we make the food and then we can reset next turn. Yeah, okay, so this is fine. So I block with Urza and Goose, reset the Galvanic Blast, and then as long as they don't have a kill spell for Uro, they're basically dead, I think. Well, they get Temur Battle Rage. If they have Temur Battle Rage, I'm just dead, I guess. Because that's 16 So nothing I can do matters if they have Temur Battle Rage. So block. I only need 1 damage next turn. Do I want the card draw? I think, okay, so we'll do it that way. Temur Battle Rage? Okay, cool. So, didn't matter what I did anyway. There was no possible way to live through that. That's how she goes. So, Veil of Summer seems good here. Tracker seems okay here. Dispute could be okay here. I don't think so. So I definitely want these Engineer Explosives. Definitely want the Astrolabes. Check out 1 Goose. 1 Rebuke. 1 Cryptic. 1 Emry, something like that. I don't think I want Mystical Dispute against that deck. It doesn't stop any of their threats. 1 of Ashiok can be kind of nuts. So you just draw it with the right timing. No, Archmage's Charm is really good here. Hold on. Hold on, I don't want to be stupid. Alright, and then we'll cut 1 Urza. Because Urzas can clump sometimes and it sucks. Alright. Omasek. Let's get him. Let's get that Omasek. Actually, this is a turn 2 Emry, even if I got Thought Seized. Seems pretty good. Yeah, why not? Oh, yeah, alrighty. Let's get him. I should use Scalding Tarn because I knew I was going for Snow-Covered Island here, but should be okay. Snap it off. Let's go, baby. Inquisition. Inquisition. Do it. Do it, you drunk bastard. No, I don't know you. You drunk, wonderful human. No, I have no idea. What the hell does that mean? You gonna stub me? You wanna stub me, fool? You gonna stub me like I stubbed my toe? And I'm gonna cut you like I cut sodium out of my diet. Is Bolt? Could be Bolt. Skadoosh. Hey, we got an Aether Spellbomb. Well, that ain't not bad. Thought Scarab. Okay, that makes sense. Nile Spellbomb. Gross. Gross. That is gross. I don't like it. Man, we have 4 fetches in our graveyard. That's a bit unfortunate. We're on the all fetch draw. 110% fetches. Oh no. My opening Snow-Covered Island was au natural. Opponent is at 18 this game. That is not where they want to be. Okay. Opponent has made a decision. Don't Thought Seize me. Oh, Nile Spellbomb. But they tap their black mana for it? That seems wrong. What if I want to play this Aether Spellbomb? What are you going to do about it? Anything? Nothing. Sook. And this guy. Pass the turn. So, second Emry is here on graveyard duty. I want to upkeep Bauble them. Thought Scour again. Sure. Yeah, I should have gotten Tormod's Crypt in here. This seems like a Grimangler kind of hand. Inquisition. Inquisition's fine. I'm fine? What are you doing? Hitting on me? Wow, my brain is just all on the old Family Guy quotes today. I don't know why. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying I don't know why. Yep. There goes my backup Emry. Emry, Lurker of the Loch. Down she goes. Alright, so it would be way more mana efficient to cycle this Aether Spellbomb at end of turn. Well, that's a tremendous draw. But I didn't do that because I have a Mishra's Bauble in my graveyard that I want to replay first. And they probably have a Gurmag Angler in their hand. So, what does this mean? Oh, they needed the black mana. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. They did get rid of my Emry, which was my sort of backup goodness. Okay, cool. So that's all done. Got it. Now we go fetch. Get. I have not hit an Astrolabe yet, so I'm gonna get Steam Vents, Shock it, play Scalding Tarn, play Ashiok, and watch my opponent cry. Unless this is Mystical Dispute. I hope they had a stub. Hopefully they have a stub here. And we just get to eat them. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to mill myself and exile their graveyard. Because I'm hungry for spells and such. Okay, Galvanic Blast, I guess, is a spell that could go in my graveyard, sure. But it's not bad. Thought Scour, sure. It hit a Thought Scour, Bauble, and a Polluted Delta. I don't know if that's what they wanted there. I had to guess. Did I? I meant to cast that Bauble. And then Bauble them. Oh well. We'll be fine. Just talking about too much stuff. In combat. Holy freaking crap, we made it. Alright. Well, that's a tremendous pickup. Bauble. Bauble you. Recast my Bauble. Really should have milled myself first. Though I don't think it matters too much. I might want more Ashioks in game 3 here. Yeah. Because we're looking for Uro with this. I'm going to save this other Bauble for their upkeep. I want to see as many cards as I can that they're looking at. It's gonna end of turn Drown Loch. So we flipped the second Cryptic into our bin. So that's kind of neat. Red, black, blue. Cryptic Command, you say. I want to destroy my EE and make me discard my Cryptic. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to go fetch Mystic Sanctuary, Sanctuary my Cryptic on top. Get it nice and safe. No counter target spell. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. That permanent will be my Mystic Sanctuary. So my hand is one card, Mystic Sanctuary. Top card of my deck is Cryptic Command. And I'm about to draw it on their upkeep. I guess this is like less than ideal. I don't really want it in my hand, but I guess this means I can fetch again if I need to cast or activate my Aether Spellbomb. They're drawing Serum Visions, sure. It's a good chance there's at least one land gummed up in their hand, which is kind of good for us. There's only one Delta and one Blood Crypt in their exile, so they should be pretty flooded. Death Shadow has like 4 or 5 shocks and 2 basics, and then everything else is a fetch land. It's like 10 or 11 fetches. It's 5 shocks, 2 basics, and then everything else is fetches. Cool. So we made it. Yeah, gonna go ahead and do that one. Cool. Uro, excellent. Do I have? So if I pick up one more mana, we get what we need there, but that's fine. I'm gonna play the Bauble. Just gonna be happily accruing more value here. I think 2 cards in their graveyard is fine. Especially with how much mana they have, they can't like snap Kolaghan's command, so we've got more time. Upkeep Bauble them again, just keep growing this advantage. Naked Snap. Do I just Spellbomb that? Just bounce it? I'm pretty sure I do, right? I mean, I could counter it, but I think I'm just gonna Spellbomb it on their turn. Just replay the Spellbomb on my next turn. It's not really threatening. So it means I miss a Bauble activation, but that's fine. And I give them the chance to use their Snapcaster again, but I'm not particularly worried about that. Keeping my Ashiok alive and well is like well worth any cost. Sure. You could make my Uro easier to play. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That one's fine. Let him go. Nice spell. Okay. So, do I want to reset anything right now? I don't think so. But I think I want the double green. I don't have another green. Alright, so I guess I want to reset my Cryptic Command. Oh, did I mill? There should be. Yeah, I milled the other breeding pool. I was like, there's got to be a second breeding pool in this deck. This deck is not the one breeding pool deck. We got two breeding pools and 1 steamy vents. That's our mana base. So, and then hopefully we get another green source or a Bauble at some point soon. I guess we're going through same old story, same old song and dance, my friends. My friends, it's the same old story, same old song and dance. My friends. You want to see my handful of aces? Huh? You want to see it? Yeah? Do I do anything about that? Probably not, right? No, we good. Yeah, we're fine. Be just alrighty over here. Okay. Got him. I mean, I guess that means they're working, they're quote unquote working through my resources here. But this means they couldn't play the snap at the end of that turn, so that's fine too. I think I'm gonna hold here because I want to get a third artifact into play, because at that point 2 Galvanic Blasts could just take them out of this game. It's Inquisition. Germangler. So let's go to counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. We'll have 1 mana up. I think that's okay. If they have a counter for this, they have Drown in the Loch or Double Stub. Mystical Dispute. Yeah, that's fine. Because we've got the Aether Spellbomb. I guess that means I don't have a Cryptic loop for now, which is not the best. But I still have the Aether Spellbomb, so I don't think I really care. Well, that is going to make winning the game a whole heck of a lot easier. Although, again, I don't have the ability to reset these right now. But my opponent is likely to deal a little more damage to themselves, so maybe we'll be okay. It's weird how much not having a single Astrolabe is really gutting us here. I'm gutted. I'm just having a right rubbish time. Alright. What do you got, nerd? Okay. Seems fine. What if... Is that worth doing? Nah. We'll just Spellbomb it again next turn. I think... Well, if I've held on to my artifact count this long, I'm gonna keep doing it. There's a chance we just get to blow them out. Okay, that doesn't get me green. If they stub me here, I get to blow up their DS, their Death Shadow, and then just resolve this. I think what they're gonna have is no. Okay. Okay, I guess my opponent could just not have a plan. That works too. Put up on clock here, which feels good. What is this? Okay, snap. I'm gonna take this opportunity to blast down the Death Shadow. It kind of feels bad because I wanted to just like blast them out of the game, but them's the breaks, I guess. And like, I got my EE back, so I was okay to do that there too. But it's Ashiok. They've been going after it for forever, and I feel like if we're playing this Ashiok game, let's just keep playing this Ashiok game. Okay, so I don't have any more Mystic Sanctuaries left in my deck. And I have no more green sources, but I guess we'll just fetch a land. Astrolabe? Damn it. Cannot find these freaking Astrolabes. Skidoosh. I don't want more mana. I want a freaking Astrolabe. Been juggling their damn Snapcaster forever. I wonder if I should just like Galvanic Blast it. Just get that done with and then Mishra's Bauble my way to victory. They let the turn go. What does that mean? They didn't jam their Snapcaster the umpteenth time. But what changed? They scooped. They must have had just the most god-awful draw there. I guess they're hedging on being able to have a more aggressive game 3. I don't think I want more Ashioks. I think if I had been drawing Ashioks in the middle of that game, I probably wouldn't have been pleased. So I would like to draw my Veil of Summers for when they'll be useful. That would be good. They've got snaps. They've got their own mystical disputes. So yeah, I think boarding down was a good call. I think we're fine. Just got to get lucky again. I'm up all night for good fun. All right. I think this is about as reasonable of a hand as we can expect, so let's make it work. Don't get Thoughtseize into oblivion. Hey look, it's a Thoughtseize. Well, I guess I'm dead. It wasn't a great hand to start with. Yo, what's up, Larynx Punchworthy? Punch those people right in the throat. Give them the business. Alright, lost the Emry. No kidding after that last game. Still gonna jam the Goose here on turn 1. Doesn't give me access to turn 2 Archmage's Charm, but it gives me access to turn 2 Uro. The front side of Uro, which is like not the greatest, but BTL Scape Shift with white for 3 Fairy and Path. Yo, hit me up. Send me that list, dog. I've never played bad Scape Shift, but I'm fully willing to play bad Scape Shift, just not Titan Shift. Actually, Titan Shift doesn't even play Shift anymore. It's just like red-green Titan now. EE. Okay, so they've got a DS here. They've got the Death Shadow, which we'll be able to steal on the next turn, assuming that we don't die. I don't think it's super likely they're going to kill us with the resources they have right now. Would love to draw a card I can play as an untapped green source. I think I'm supposed to fetch Breeding Pool and Shock, or Steam Vents and Shock. I think the blue green cards are way better. We are going back up to 20 here, so should be okay. I'd like to hit a fetch land here. No, all right. So no value Sanctuary, making me sad, and I don't have Veil up for this next turn, but probably should have Upkeep stop there. Gotta listen to a work call. You got it, baby. Get out of here, nerd. Alright, am I taking 3? Please tell me I'm taking 3. That'd be great. I would love to take 3. Ooh. 3'd. And they don't have blue up? Well, that's just freaking awesome. They've got another Death Shadow coming. Okay. Land? There's that Astrolabe from last game. That's thanks for showing up, buddy. Participated also. Larynx Punchworthy, always with the sweet emotes. Oh, cute little bear. Call him Barry. I love you, Barry. Alright, what do you got? Nothing? You don't want to play that Death Shadow I know it's in your hands? You freaking jerk. Why are you going to be such a jerk? It's like you think your one threat is going to be good enough to win this entire game. Which it is. Alright, so that's a third artifact. That makes this Galvanic Blast live enough to kill that Death Shadow. I think because I drew the EE, I'm going to play it out on one. With this hand, I really don't want to... okay. I could upkeep Galvanic Blast with Veil backup. That sounds disgusting. Yeah. Okay, what? Okay, probably the best time to do this is right here. I know they have a backup Death Shadow, but I have an EE. That's fantastic. Alright. We're in the money. We're in the money. Do do ba do 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 be do be do be. Do 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 do. Oh, please. Do it. Oh, this is Germangler. Captain Fish. The fish. First you get the money. Then you get the women. Then you get the fish. Alright. Let's do it. Hey, buddy! Hey, you know what's a whole lot bigger than a fish? A Titan. I think that's it. Yeah. And then I've still got Veil up, which is like super gross. Yeah, that's super gross. So blue, green, blue, green. Ugh, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Draw a card. Yeah, my thing drew me a card, you freaking nerd. Oh, and I drew another mana? Oh, this is fantastic. I call him Barynx Punchworthy. I'm going to go with Barynx Punchworthyton the Third. Because I feel like cute teddy bears need amazingly official sounding names. It's an honorary lord. Well, he's a very British bear, you know. And I've always thought of bears as being British, you know. They're great. Death Shadow, you got it. My engineered explosives on one has a date with that. It also has a date with ruining my board, but like, eh. Alright, so fire off Urza. They can't drown this now, so that's awesome. What in the hell? Disdainful Stroke. What if I ruined your day? Yeah. Skadoosh. Game day bucket go boom. I think bears are mostly native to North America, actually. Yeah, they are. Winnie the Pooh. Okay. So we get a construct. I think. So I can Archmage's Charm their Death Shadow. It'll die and then attack with Uro. Put my land into play. Or do I just offer to trade Uro first? So I'm going to be able to escape it very easily soon. I think that's okay. Yeah. I will trade this with any member of your army, sir. I declare a challenge. Oh, they're going to 1? Oh, right. It's going to make their Death Shadow pretty big, huh? Whoops. Okay. So, tap a food, make an engineered explosive, and still have 3-4 mana here, so it should be okay. Do I just kill their Death Shadow now? That's probably the right move, right? While they're tapped down? Yeah. I won't be able to make a food, but I can use the Goose as a chump blocker most likely, so let's just do that. We do have an Astrolabe. We have 2 Astrolabes now, so take that. Yoink! Skadoosh. Alright, cool. And I've got a 5/5 construct. Your go. Yeah, bears are definitely native to North America. So in my mind, that means they would sound like, "Hey, how you doing there, Larynx? Boy, that sure is a long moniker you got. Goodness gracious, a Serum Visions." And rolling on into turn 7 here, Omashek, and oh, there he scoops it up. He's had enough. Veil of Shimmer as a 2-for-1 is just tremendous here. 1 is in South America. Well, there you go. Did the research. Well, there's pandas from Asia. Winning the die roll. That's awesome. Cool. This is kind of crappy, but I'm going to keep it. It's not like explosive, but it's got a guaranteed turn 2 Emry. So, and then we've got redraws to sort of fix and smooth what we've got going on. So. Oh, Punchworthy. If you've never seen Larynx Punchworthy, if you've never seen an MTG Kitchen video, I posted the first new one in 18 months or so today. It is a goofy trip. I highly recommend you check it out. And if you like it, there are more. There's a playlist on my YouTube channel. You can find a link to my YouTube channel down there. Right down there. If you're watching this on Twitch. Twitch.com. Your #1 source for live streamed video games. Twitch, because you're worth it. So I can't use Emry to replay this Aether Spellbomb. I can't use Emry to replay this Aether Spellbomb for any actual value here, so I'm just going to crack in for 1. If they have a surprise snake, they don't have the snow count yet for it to have Death Touch, so there it is. Probably playing against Bant Control or Bant Stoneblade. Oh, that is adorable. That is the most adorable emote I think I've ever seen. I'm not okay with that. Okay, opponent leaving the Sneck on defense. Ooh, look at you. You think you need to block. Alright, we can have Cryptic up here, which means I don't really want to play my Aether Spellbomb. They can have Mana Leak here. So I think... Oops, that is not what I meant to do. But I think I'm going to fire off Uro. Resolves A. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. That was a tremendous pickup here. Because that means I didn't actually go shields down because I'm a terrible player. I knew I was going to draw the cards I needed, and I played to the sick top deck that I was going to have because I knew they were going to let my Uro resolve. Rue emotes are great. I maintain that I have the second cutest bear emotes besides his. Besides Rue? If I tap the emote, does it tell me what it is? No, that works somewhere else, but not here. You've also got a snowflake in your name. That's pretty adorable. Oh, that's pretty great. Those are all pretty great. All right, where's your white mana? I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared that this isn't Bant and it's going to be some kind of like taking turns deck. Or they're going to hit me here and be like, yo, red source, light up the stage. Get wrecked. All right. I don't want to blow the fact that this could be my second Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do. I want to blow my quote-unquote second Mystic Sanctuary to be able to reset this Archmage's Charm in the control matchup. Hell yeah. What am I talking about? Somebody stop me. Alright. Land? Yeah, that's a green source. Okay, so let's get my Spellbomb back. So, green source means in the near future I would like to escape my Uro. But I'd kind of like to know what my opponent's on a little bit more before that. Okay, so I can rebuke this and still have Cryptic and or Archmage's Charm up. I think stopping them from filtering a little bit is probably worth it. Not letting them double their clock. Tap that, tap that. Get out of here, nerd. They had like Remand there or something. Those are all super stupidly adorable bears. That's fantastic. I'm a big fan of that. You little cuties. So our Emry has generated us some wonderful advantage so far. Still have Archmage's Charm up here, so I feel happy to do that. Clunking up on Emry's doesn't feel great here. I think I might play out a second one. Just trying to mill some more action. Hit something like a Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna up my velocity a bit here. It means I have a more easy way to draw a card per turn. Are they playing like Simic Flash in Modern? Like, I don't... There's still a chance it's like Bant that hasn't drawn white yet. But we should have seen a Field of Ruin or... They scoop. They scoop and they disconnected. Oh, they just dropped out of the whole thing. Well, that's a hollow victory. All right. I mean, we take those here, but oof, that doesn't feel good. Shadows 916. I hope whoever you are, wherever you are, you're having a good day, or that you go practice some self-care right now. Tunneling Cat cracked 27 trophies finally. They were on that for like a week. I do not know who Ivan Catanduva, I'm assuming Brazil, is, but they came from way behind. I don't remember seeing their name up there on the trophy leader, so good for them. Man, we're just winning all the die rolls with this deck. Okay, so this hand is super sketchy because I either fetch... I guess I could fetch green, play the Goose, next turn play the Astrolabe, play Emry, crack the... Yeah, okay. So, oh no, this doesn't fetch the snow-covered forest. If I could get the snow-covered forest, this would be a keep, I think. It's really sketchy, but this is actually now 22 lands, so we have 2 shots at our second land here. Goes the Astrolabe +1. The Astrolabe means I could play Goose on turn 2, and if we get through that, we're fine. So So actually, I can still play turn 2 Emry here. Goose might be better. Hardened Scales. Well, that's something. Land? Nice. All right. Since they played that, I think I want to go... Sorry, EE on 1. Emry. And for Emry, I would like to shock Breeding Pool. Getting ready for that Uro. So hopefully whatever they play on turn 2 isn't overly devastating. If it's a Walking Ballista for 1 that becomes a Walking Ballista for 2 because of Hardened Scales, that's fine. They can kill my Emry, but we'll be okay. Yeah, that's something. It's a lot of 1-drops to play into my Engineered Explosives, friend. You all right over there? Okay, so I didn't mill... I didn't mill a Mishra's Bauble, but I can play this Astrolabe and draw a card. Worst comes to worst, I still have Metallic Rebuke up here. Okay, cool. So that was a great draw. I'm going to play the Goose and then have Rebuke up here. I, too, am committing to the board with a ton of 1 CMC cards, which feels really silly in the face of my Engineered Explosives. But having a counter up here makes me feel pretty safe about it. And then we've got Cryptic Command. I thought you weren't streaming tonight. I'm glad your internet's back. I never said I wasn't streaming tonight. I said I was streaming tonight. But the internet being down for a little while meant that I didn't have time to fix my schedule. So maybe I'll do that after stream. Maybe I'll do that in the morning. I'll probably do that in the morning. Wish I had an actual post-it note here. Walking Ball. Yeah, that's getting rebuked. Oh, hi. It's my good friend, Christopher Walking Ballista. Christopher Walking Ballista. There we go. That's a whole lot better. Animation module. You got it. More 1 CMC things into my Engineered Explosives. Yeah. You love to see it. So do I just block here, assuming that I'm going to EE this turn? Probably, right? So it takes out both my Astrolabes, but then I just replay one immediately. I'd really like to be able to play this Urza first, though. So, okay, we're going to take this hit for 3, and then this turn we're playing Urza and popping the EE, most likely. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be good. All right, so... sack the food out of blue. Jam the Urza, get the Construct. I can... make mana... make mana, make mana, filter for snow mana, pop the EE, and then replay the Astrolabe off the snow mana. It means we're not going to have this Cryptic up next turn. I don't think I'm really worried when they have literally no board. Skadoosh. Oh my god, the modular trigger's mandatory. Well, that's fantastic. Oh no. The targeting is mandatory, but it is a May. It's gonna be May. Hey, look at that. Man, this deck is sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna EE. Do you see that completely nuttiness? No. Yeah, it's a mandatory target. So like they had to target my construct to put the. Yeah. I got you. Hanger back. Sure, you got it. I don't know if my opponent's aware of this. They probably are, and there's really nothing they can do about it. But I can recur my EE over and over again here, so not that I'm going to do that yet. Draw a card. All right. I should have played the Goose there because the Goose gives me another food, and the food gives me another point of damage on the construct, which they didn't block. So yeah, could have got some more damage there, but that's fine. Alright, I can filter, and I have 1, which is not enough play in Uro, but holding up Cryptic here seems fine. So depending on what they play here, I might just go counterbounce your Hanger back, because I've got another Cryptic for next turn. So this hand worked out great, but it was like worth noting that it was close to disaster. Like we only had 3 mana and everything just lined up beautifully. So we took a percentage. On that hand working out, and we got paid off. Okie doke. So Dismember seems good. Ceremonious Rejection seems okay. Aether Gust could be fine. Looks like they're on the mono green one. Maybe Tireless Tracker because they're kind of light on interaction. Don't think Ashiok's good. I don't think Tormod's Crypt is good. So EE's the nuts. Bauble's good. Blast is good. Spellbomb seems pretty good. So I think we just follow our sort of general plan of this evening, which is something like that. And then if we're bringing in the trackers, I feel like we can cut 1 Urza because Urza's legendary tracker's not, and he adds to your Urzas. Plus he's the same kind of high-end power play. And then I guess we just don't bring in the second one. And that seems fine. Man, that bot is freaking on it. It even knows that I'm sideboarding. Ooh. Got the chills, baby. Got the chills. Till the next episode. Yeah, seems good. Think I'm happy with the Aether Gust in? We'll see. Alright, we're going to keep this. It's a little clunky, but we've got the mana to play all of the things that we draw. It's a reasonable start from our opponent. I want to play Astrolabe on 1. Or do I just want to jam out this Engineered Explosives? I don't think so. I think maybe we'll be playing it on turn 3, so we'll just draw a card here. And then I don't think that I need to start hitting Mystic Sanctuaries on turn 3 here, so I think we're going to be okay to do this way. We can fire off this Bauble here. See what they draw. Hardened Scales. Well, that's awesome for our Engineered Explosives your entire board plan. I hope they play that card. Metallic Mimic on Construct? Yeah. Alright. That is a heck of a play. Draw. Whew. Well, now I want to EE on 0. Damn it. Pretty sure we're just going to go Island Pass here, though. I really want to have this Metallic Rebuke up. The Arcbound Worker is going to dump its counter onto Metallic Mimic, but can't stop that. Also wonder if this means they're not playing... That's fine. Arcbound Ravager? Christopher Walken Ballista. Yeah, no. Yeah, and there are 4 beasts, exactly. Another Walking Ballista. Well, that sucks. I guess I could EE on 0, play Emry, pop the EE on 0, and then they Walking Ballista my Emry, so that sucks. I think that might be where we're at. Because I don't have to play the Emry this turn. I can put Emry on the stack and then crack the EE on 0. That's the line. Okay, so hopefully I can navigate the technical aspect of this, because this play is going to work, but the game is going to have to listen to what I want it to do, which is slightly crunchy. Everybody pray. Everybody pray. Opponent's burning their precious clock here. They're up by a whole 2 minutes, so thank God. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, actually. Sick line, bruh. You know it. Well, I looked at the cards in my hand, and I figured out what I could sequence, and then I was like, but if the Emry's in play, they'll just kill it. But, all right, I think I still kind of want to protect my life total, because their deck has some very explosive potential. So EE, okay, now we hold control, cast Emry, go one blue. Okay, yes, okay, good. It is listening to me because of the way it's asking me to spend mana. So with Emry on the stack, we crack the EE, which kills the Walking Ballista. They didn't ping me with it, so they goofed there. And then we get our Emry in with the cost reduction, but without them having a window to ping it. And now that we drew this Urza, next turn we get to play Urza, replay EE on one, crack the EE on one, and they scooped out. That's fair. That's fair. We kind of dumpstered them in game one, and then they just seem to not have much going on here in game two. Without Mox Opal, I don't know if Hardened Scales is still much of a deck. That was obviously not a very good... that was not a very good indication of that one. We're going to hop into match number 5 here in 2 seconds. I will be right back. Okie dokie. Hope everyone out there in Twitch land is having a wonderful, wonderful evening. If you like what I do, bop that follow button. I'm at 49 followers right now, which is one short of the number I believe that I need for some kind of Twitch achievement thingamajig. So hit me up, baby. YouTube numbers are hopping, popping. We got our new episode of MTG Kitchen up, as I mentioned earlier, so check that out. It's stupid and fun. Yeah, buddy! Get that affiliate status. Become an internet mogul. I am quite organized on here when I can be. You can get the card text for Ice Cauldron while you're in my chat. Okay, this is like not great, but it's got turn 3 Urza, and it's got a redraw in it, so I think I'm going to keep this. I think I'm firing off turn 1 Goose and Mishra's Bauble. I'm probably not going to crack the Bauble right away, because if I draw Emry on 2, I'd like her to cost 1. Is that true? Do I want that? Turn 2, I'm likely to just want to make a food, so I don't think it really matters. So being able to draw something else is good. And if I do draw an Emry, I'm happy to play her for 2. Walking Ballista. What is with... Okay, that makes more sense. And what variety of Tron are you? Does that mean you're... That means you're good Tron, right? Main deck Walking Ballista means good Tron, I think. So, looking to draw Metallic Rebuke ASAP. Okie dokie. So, we're going to play Uro here and then ramp out another land, which is kind of hot. And I'm going to get Breeding Pools and Shock because whatever variety of Tron I'm playing against, pretty happy to be aggressive with my life total. And then if I play another Goose, I can still throw down Urza next turn. Shoot. I needed to get a green source there and shock for it. I was thinking of a different thing that I was supposed to do there. Hopefully we just draw the land. We're going to be great. We're going to be great and we're going to draw the land. It's going to be fine. We're all going to be okay here. We're going to draw the land or we're going to draw the piece of interaction we need. Card Tron. How are there so many cards with the word Tron in them? I don't understand that at all. Okay. So they get Tron next turn. They can play Ballista X3, which is not big enough to kill my Urza. If I Urza this turn, can I also Uro? No, but it's close. Can't rebuy anything. I think just getting Urza out ASAP is probably the most important thing here, though, in this matchup. I think I don't need double red for anything, so I have all the color I need right now. So play Urza. Play explosives. Oh, sure. So they got the guaranteed Tron next turn, so hopefully we don't just get Karned. Although Karn won't be the end of the world. Tap. EE, play the Spellbomb. Then if I filter for green, I can play the Goose. But since I can't also activate it, I think it's fine just to make a food. Make a food and then crack the Aether Spellbomb to draw a card is probably the line here. If I crack the Aether Spellbomb and I draw a Metallic Rebuke, I can cast it. Okay, so they got Dismember for Urza. So that sucks a little bit, but that's where we are. I could bounce him. Do I want to do that? Can bounce him. I can make the food and then bounce him? Yeah. Skadoosh. Alright. I know they have Walking Ballista in their hand that's going to come down for X3. That can't kill my construct. I'm not too worried about it. The next turn we can play Urza into Uro. Oh, it is bad Tron. Okay, good. They have Ballista X4 next turn, which can kill my Urza. But it can't kill my Urza and my Uro, so that's kind of sick. My construct is going to start beating them to death here. So Electronic contains Tron. Well, Stronghold. Now that is way more likely to be the card rather than Electronic. I don't think that there is a Magic card that has the word Electronic in it. All right, let's swing in here, give them their card. That's going to happen eventually, so. Okay, and then play Urza Escape Uro. I can, in fact, do that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yeah. So do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, Filter 1 green. Wait, so hold on. That means I don't need to tap my Bauble. Oops. Okay. So filter 1 green. Use the food. Scape. Alright, nerd, here's my 6/6 that draws me a card. That's all I got. Oh, I drew a backup Urza? Sick nasty. Alright. And I've got 2 5/5s? Seems good, man. Thick nasty. They do have Ballista X5 now. But that's fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so Ballista X5. Which is pretty freaking good, but not good enough. So the question is, do they fire off at my Urza right away? They do. That's really good for me, because we're going to put them under a gratuitous amount of pressure here. Why is it displaying my construct as having 3 damage on it? Okay. I moused over and it went away. Good. Good. Do I want to draw a card right now for reduced damage on my constructs? Not really. Well, that's a tremendously good pickup, and goodness gracious, this is looking all locked up for Temur Urza. There's no coming back from that one. Alright. I guess I could tap their guy and just kill him. So I probably should do that. Okay. Tap all creatures your opponent's control, draw a card. Go. 1. Oop. 2. 3. 4. Got him. Beep, 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 beep. Crack you for 18. GG. No, I know. Lil Sick Nasty. Yeah. Oh, Ill Sick Nasty. Sorry, Ill Sick Nasty. Yeah. I invited him to hang out at some point because I accidentally found out that our mascot is Sick Nasty, so. Okay, so Dismember seems great here. Ceremonious Rejection seems busted in half. I think Tireless Tracker is pretty good, although Karn makes it not work, but I think that might be okay, because Karn's really bad for us anyway. Depends on what we're cutting. So I think Engineered Explosives is not the best. Aether Spellbomb was super good there. Galvanic Blast seems fine. I think, again, we just generally trim around the edges a little bit. I don't want to go down an Urza. I don't want to go down a Cryptic. Okay, and going down a Goose is okay for these cards. Is Ashiok worth? No. I think Ashiok against Etron is never particularly worth it. I know it turns off map, but I don't think it does anything else, and certainly doesn't work against Karn, and they don't have any particular graveyard angle. One of the things, though, in this deck is that it does fuel our stuff, but generally thinking I don't think Ashiok is worth anything in this matchup. They're just not searching enough. They don't even have fetch lands, right? So, like, that was the thing against the Death Shadow deck earlier, where I think you came in right after I finished up that, but the Death Shadow deck plays so many fetch lands that we couldn't see their hand, but by the end they had 7 or 8 cards in hand each turn, and they weren't playing much, and I think there were probably 2 or 3 fetch lands, which honestly was a little surprising. I felt like if there were, they would have been dropping them, but like putting them into play so that if they ever did remove the Ashiok, they could just crack them all in one go. But so I think we're good here. I think I made some okay cuts. Seems fine. The one of Aether Spellbomb was super clutch there because it saved the Urza that reset and just dumped all these constructs into play, and we just beat them to death. Like, that was one of the most fun mid-range Urza deck games I've played in a while. This hand is fantastic, right? So I think I'm throwing down EE on 0 on turn 1 to hedge against Chalice on 1. We're fetch shocking for the breeding pool. So I want this Goose, and then we'll get the basic island. Okay, storm count is 3. Did I cut an Emry? I'm hoping that I did. I did cut an Emry, good. The reason I'm checking that I cut an Emry and the reason I would want to cut an Emry is because recurring 0-drop artifacts is one of the most powerful things you can do with Emry, but when they set up a chalice on 0 or 1, it makes that quite a bit less good. So if I play anything here, I won't have Archmage's Charm up next turn, but since they don't have Tron here, the worst they could do is have Thought-Knot Seer, which if I dump enough artifacts into play, I can Galvanic Blast. Response to the trigger. I don't really want to just like put my tracker to dead here, but second goose, you say? I'd really, really like to hit a land. I suppose I'll play the second goose here and then crack a food if I need to. Yeah, I am. Why am I being an idiot? Just do the thing, Zach. Just do the thing. What is this? The F6 value. It's so high. I mock, but I'm actually 4 minutes down on clock, so I shouldn't. We've timed out a good number of times in my streaming career. It's definitely not a strong suit for this Mamma Jamma over here, over on this side of the table. Ghost Quarter. God, you bastard. Just not a very dangerous card. What did they fetch? Did they fetch a Tron land? I didn't even pay attention. They did. Okay. So having Archmage's Charm up next turn is like the big value. So let's hit a land. That's not a land. I do have Archmage's Charm here, so let's try to draw that land. Womp womp. I could have played Urza there, couldn't I? Man, I am bad at this game sometimes. Okay. And then next turn, if I crack both foods, I won't be able to play Urza? Awesome. Sweet. Yeah. Okay, well, when we lose this game, don't worry about it. We're just putting the series even so that my opponent gets a game 3. You want to make sure that we play the maximum amount of Magic. Okay, that's not Tron. That's good. I don't have to charm that. I can let them fetch and then Galvanic Blast it. And then Urza next turn and have Charm up, so it feels super bad if they plus it. For the love of God, don't plus your Karn. Crap. I can't Astrolabe for red mana right now. I can Goose for red mana, but that means I have to draw. Are you sure they'll fetch? Yeah, pretty much, man. If they don't, that's amazingly next level play, and it's my punish for not saying, hey there, good luck and have fun. Yeah, I know they could Tucko on E. This is a terrible situation I put myself in by not playing that Urza this turn, but here we are. So I would like to not lose, but we're here now. Hey, look, they did the exact terrible thing. Thank you for wishing that upon me. Thank you very much. Oh, Magic is fun. All right. It's cool. We're going to get to play Urza this turn, and that should be totally, awesomely, greatly goodness gracious. Can I not draw? Can I not draw a land? So I have Archmage's Charm plus a 3/3 up now. Next turn I'll be able to make a food and then use the red. No, I understand. I completely understand. You didn't wish upon me. I did that to myself. If I had infinite time to talk about every single line, then I wouldn't have missed playing the Urza on the previous turn. So... And my opponent on the flip side realized that the Karn resolving meant that I would have something. It meant I either had nothing or I could have something like Galvanic Blast. Okay, let's hope they get something expensive. I like expensive things. Get me something expensive, opponent. Golos Tireless Pilgrim. Yeah, that's eating an Archmage's Charm. And then next turn I get to Gal Blast the Karn. So we are going to be okay here by the grace of Urza. Oh, great Urza. Okie dokie. So I can play the tracker, play the land, get the clue, attack the Karn, they'll block with Reshaper. Then I use one of my geese. Playing the tracker means I can't Galvanic Blast. Right? No, I can do it after I Galvanic Blast? Yeah. Will I have enough mana? Let's find out. So make the food. If I'm attacking Karn, I'm doing that first. Do I actually want to attack Karn? Is that where I'm at? Goose, Galv, then Tracker. Yeah. I found the line. Thank you, Pirogath. And welcome. But do I want to get their Matter Reshaper off the table right now, or I'm in a place where I don't want them to draw an extra card? I guess I'm in the place where I don't really want them to draw an extra card. So sack my food. Hold on. Let's use it for mana first. Sack my food. Add 1. Skadoosh. All right. Then filter green. Make. Whoa. Filter green. Okay. Mana. Tracker. Clue. Spellbomb. Pass the turn? Yep. Alright, opponent. This is what I got. Endbringer or Ugin? Ball on 3. Ball on 3 is okay. Do I want to make my tracker bigger before that lands? Probably. This means I have no mana left to activate my Aether Spellbomb this turn. So if they want to kill my tracker, they can. I think I'm okay with that, because if they kill my tracker, then they don't get to kill anything else. Am I? I'm not. No. I want to save my tracker if I can. Which means I'm not cracking my clue this turn, but that's also fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. So we're leaving all our mana here to protect our creatures. There's a chance if I draw an artifact, or sorry, a land this turn, then I can just put the tracker out of reach of that. Although, yeah. We're going to do some Urza spinning, I think. I'm going to make a food. Okay. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to bounce it there. For some reason, I thought it had 3 toughness because I was thinking of where I hadn't cracked that clue. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright. So I can reset Archmage's Charm here, which is pretty good. I think I'm attacking with my Construct first. So now I can let them draw a card with Matter Reshaper because I kind of have backup. And they can only crank their Walking Ballista by 1 right now, so I'm okay with that too. What do you got, nerd? Blast Zone. Well, that's a tremendously good draw for them. So we're not playing out this other Goose right now. Got it. And I'm not doing some Urza spinning because I want to reset the Archmage's Charm and then be able to draw it. I need to just make a bunch of foods this turn because otherwise I'm getting Blast Zoned into Oblivion. Okay. So make a food. Oops. I was supposed to use Artifact Mana for that. Oops. Oh, that. Make food. Mystic Sanctuary. Get back my Archmage's Charm. Draw a card. Cool. They've got 4 mana or 5 for an Eldrazi. One smashy boy. Yeah, I think we got to counter that. If they draw their last Tron piece, they're going to have a billion mana for that Ballista. Which is not the best feeling, but that's where we're at. Okay, so this turn we're doing some Urza spinning. So I'm going to play this Goose. Get a food. Man, I really wish I hadn't screwed up and lost that tracker. That would be so good right now. Cryptic Command. Well, that's fantastic. Return target permanent to its own hand, draw a card. 2. I want to bounce my Mystic Sanctuary. I already played a land this turn. Yeah, just tap their board, draw a card. I don't think bouncing any of their lands is particularly good. Oh, bouncing their mine is good. Because then, yeah. If they draw their last Tron piece, they can't Tron. So that's pretty neat. Cool. And Emry is like one of the best possible pickups. Thank you. Although that Walking Ballista is just going to be able to kill it, but that's fine. Did we mill an Uro? We didn't. And I didn't cut any. This seems again very unfortunate, but alright. Whatever. So I can reset a Cryptic for next turn. Oh boy. Oh, they're cranking the Ballista? That's fine. Would you like to kill my Emry? That's fair. She was going to eat you alive. Okay. Do you have anything with your remaining 3 mana? Chalice 0. That's also fine. 2 cards left in hand, and I've got a Cryptic Command. Yeah. Yeah. I found the same line as you, Roy. I'm really glad that you are always here and hanging out, or consistently here and hanging out, because I would like to believe that lines like that are often suggested by you. They seem like, to me, they seem like the last thing in the world that would ever come up, and then they always do. Okay, so if I spin Urza here and don't hit an artifact, I can't Cryptic. So maybe we're not spinning. Kraken for 6. Think leaving it up is just too important. Map can get Blast Zone. Blast Zone's fine. It'll get their last piece of Tron, but that doesn't matter because I can counter their payoff. If they have 2 payoffs in their hand right now, that's rough, but that's... This Ballista X6? That's awesome. Yeah. So I can bounce my Mystic Sanctuary here. I won't be able to get the Cryptic back unless I find a way to do that, but that's fine. I think I'm happy to shock a Breeding Pool in case we find our Uro. So counter bounce. I think counter draw is probably better here. No, counter bounce. Since if I don't bounce this Mystic Sanctuary, I'm out of sanctuaries in the deck. So we just need to find a card draw this turn off the top. They scooped. All right, they didn't even want to see it. Neat. Okay, so nice 4-1 there with Temur Uroza. So, 9 viewers. Thanks for joining me, folks. Anyway, Temur Uroza. This is one of the better decks in this format right now. I really like the Urza mid-range decks that are not playing combo. This is probably what I'll play in the next competitive event that I play in. It's generally very powerful. I think coming back to it after a little while away, it is just as much of a blast to play as it was before. I think I have a level of mastery on it that is higher than I used to. I didn't even play it particularly tight today. Not that I ever play particularly tight, but there are some very explosive lines that I saw. Gilded Goose was better today than I've ever seen it be before. Although I still don't like that card that much in this archetype, it is quite good and would have been able to win me through some games even better than what I did. Specific choices in this setup. I mean, we never brought in the Tormod's Crypts, but then again, we never played against like actual factual dredge or anything where we felt like they were truly exploiting their graveyard. I guess if I talk to some other smart players, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to bring in Tormod's Crypts or Ashioks against the Grixis and or 4-color Shadow decks. Maybe not so much against the Grixis, although it was really messing them up in the one game where I just had the Ashiok on the board and I just kept bouncing their Snapcaster Mage. So I was probably supposed to bring in more there. It just feels bad to have a card that like doesn't impact the board. But sometimes that's what Modern is about. Anywho, for those of you sticking through tonight's stream, we're about to switch over to something a little more nutty. We are going to be playing Scarlet Breach. I believe the person called it. This is a mono-red grinding station through the Breach list that is playing Scrap Trawler, which is I'm sure is going to get us into all sorts of trouble, and Goblin Engineer. So stick around. This is really exciting. We're going to have some mind-bending games where we are definitely going to time out. We're playing Sword of the Meek without playing any copies of Thopter Foundry, so I cannot wait to see what this bad Miyama Jamma can do, so stick around. Should be changed over in less than 5 minutes. Grinding Breach is now my exclamation point deck, so for anyone who's interested, Underworld Breach. If you hear Breach in the name, it's probably Underworld Breach nowadays. I think the only time you'd hear Breach in the name where it wasn't Underworld, like before, the only time you'd hear Breach in the name is if they were like saying like Titan Breach or something like that, which I guess nowadays you could probably infer is not Underworld Breach, but is in fact Primeval Titan. Although now I want to see the unholy combination of Primeval Titan and Underworld Breach.